Hey, what's up everybody? It's Pokevolver here. There is some huge MetaZoo news that dropped over the past week and a half, and I just had to make a video covering it. This news is going to change the game for MetaZoo collecting from here on out, and I just thought it was too big to leave unnoticed. I hope you guys join me to dive deep into what's going on and taking a more in-depth look on how this is going to affect everything in the future, and I hope you guys enjoy. Before we get started, if you guys could show me some support and click the like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you're really into this kind of content and you want to hear more, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Now that that's all taken care of, you guys are all situated, sit back and relax, and now I'm gonna hit you with a big one. So how did this all come to light for me? So every week, every few days or so, I kind of dive into all the different products that I have in my collection and that I have on my store page to kind of figure out what the market pricing is at that time and what's going on with the markets. So when I was researching this, I ran into MetaZoo Nightfall on TCG Player starting to spike up like crazy. It was maybe a week and a half ago, it was at $190 a box. And then that day that I checked it, it was at like $275 selling per box of Nightfall. And I was like, wow, this is a crazy spike in a short amount of time. I don't remember any new news that we've gotten to warrant this. What's going on? So I wanted to dive deeper and try to figure out why somebody would want to pay $275 for a box of Nightfall when they were just going for $190. What's changed? I found some information that sparked this and definitely changes the demand for Nightfall booster boxes going forward. Every week, MetaZooHQ.com does a MetaZoo Hour where they ask Mike Waddell or a member of the MetaZoo staff almost 100 questions or so every single week regarding MetaZoo and any questions that the community has. And one question that they asked a week and a half ago was, will there be any more print runs of Cryptid Nation, or is second edition the final print run? They answered final run, so that means second edition of Cryptid Nation is the final print run. And then they went on and said, we are thinking for future second editions, we will make the print run exclusive to special products released in Walmart, Target, GameStop, etc. So all the big box stores. So this means future second editions, we make the print run exclusive to special products. So what does this mean? This means that second edition is not going to be at LGS's anymore. It's only going to be found in big box stores, and it's going to be limited to exclusive special products. So in the past, MetaZoo, Mike Waddell, the creator of MetaZoo, has said that only special products at big box stores. The normal products that you find at LGS's, like booster boxes, spell books, theme decks, release decks, they're gonna have special products at these big box stores. So all those normal LGS products are not going to be at the big box stores. And one way that you could read this is, oh, now they're gonna have this second edition stamp on them. They're gonna be second edition. So even if they're second edition booster boxes, spell books, theme decks, release decks, they're still going to be special because they have their only second edition instead of first edition. This week's MetaZoo Hour, we got confirmation of this. Will Nightfall have a second edition? Yes, but no booster boxes, no spell books, no theme decks, no release decks, no blister packs. Only special items for big box stores. So that's the big hitter here. Second edition is only found in big box stores, and big box stores aren't going to have booster boxes, spell books, release decks, theme decks. So that means second edition will not have those products. Second edition will not have the booster boxes, theme decks, spell books, release decks. So that means you're only going to be able to find those products in first edition. And that also means that Nightfall, which has already had the first edition release, is not going to get those products again, ever. Nightfall booster boxes are done being printed. You won't be able to get them in second edition. You're only going to be able to get special products. So that's huge for Nightfall first edition booster boxes, because those are the only booster boxes of Nightfall that you're ever going to get. They're never going to print more booster boxes of Nightfall. And in the past, we thought, oh, they're going to have second edition ones, so if you want to get them at a cheaper price, you can just pick those up. But now that is not the case. These are the only ones that will ever be made, and that's huge news. And it's also huge news for Cryptid Nation 2nd Edition, because this means that Cryptid Nation 2nd Edition is the only set that's going to have booster boxes in 2nd Edition, theme decks in 2nd Edition, spell books in 2nd Edition, and release decks in 2nd Edition. That's the only set that will have 2nd Edition products for that, and that makes it pretty exciting to have that in your collection. And same as it was with Nightfall, this means that Cryptid Nation is not going to have any more booster boxes made. What is out there is all there is for Cryptid Nation booster boxes across all the editions. The set supply that's in the market, everything that has hit the market now is it. And that's huge for collectors that collect sealed products. And also booster boxes, they're just a really easy way to get a ton of packs at once. They're usually the cheapest way to get a lot of packs. So that number is limited now for those sets. That is a limited number. They will never make any more. And what's in the market now is it. That's it. And that changes the game for collecting. I just want to do a disclaimer. This is a caveat that MetaZoo is very nimble and fast moving. They change directions really quickly because they're navigating a time where supply is really tough, manufacturing is really tough, there's a ton of demand, and it all came out of nowhere. It came really quickly, and they're trying to scale up as smoothly as possible. And the way to do that, you have to make really quick decisions, but you have to make decisions in a way that everything kind of melds together well, and one decision doesn't affect the whole house of cards, basically, pun intended, that it doesn't all come crashing down. The name of the game right now for MetaZoo is adjusting to all these different challenges as best as possible, as nimbly as possible, without taking down the whole house of cards. So there you go. And yeah, so it's possible that this could change in the future. But right now, this is the information that we have. Now, for me, I've always had a lot of faith in Cryptid Nation 2nd Edition. It is to MetaZoo as Pokemon's base set unlimited print run was to it. It's the base set unlimited of MetaZoo, and we all know what happened with base set unlimited. That's the one that we all could find at Walmart and all stores around, and that's the one that we collected as kids. And first edition was way more limited. I never ever saw first edition in my whole life. I never saw a first edition base set pack in person on a store shelf. It just didn't happen. But with Pokemon base set unlimited, I did find that everywhere. That's the one that drew me in to Pokemon, and that's the one that drew everybody else into Pokemon too. Well, not everybody else, but a majority of people were drawn in by base set unlimited. And now with MetaZoo Cryptid Nation 2nd Edition, it's hitting big box stores starting with Walmart at the end of January. It's huge. People that are going to look for Pokemon are going to have MetaZoo readily accessible right there at Walmart at their fingertips. I think it's going to be really cool to see new people joining the community, more people just experiencing that same click where they fall in love with MetaZoo just like I did, just like all of you guys in the community did. And Cryptid Nation 2nd Edition, this is the start. This is the start. Every product that's coming out for MetaZoo right now, I have tons of faith in, because this is the beginning. We are here, and they have that line where it's like, you wish you knew you were in the good old days when you were in them. And it's so obvious we're in the good old days right now. MetaZoo is crushing it. Nightfall was amazing. The set identity was so good. The so many different good arts and beasties in there and cryptids, and Nightfall crushed it. And these are the good old days. That's basically it. And this is the beginning. This is the first set, and there's nothing that's gonna take that away. And now we know that there's no more booster boxes. No more booster boxes that will ever be printed for Cryptid Nation 2nd Edition or Cryptid Nation in general. So this is it. This is it. You're never going to find another one of these printed again, unless it's a fake. So, yeah. So Pokemon has contracts in place with big box stores like Walmart and Target to sell their product at a set price. and that's at MSRP. So this is why when you saw supply shortages and lack of product, Walmart was still selling at MSRP. They didn't lower their price, they didn't raise their price because they were bound by contract. Now, if MetaZoo implements the same kind of contracts, that means second edition will always be sold for MSRP for sealed products from retail stores. They won't be available at any LGSs. So this will stabilize the sealed market for everything that's in print and still on the shelves. And this is big news. This means that you can maintain that value of that sealed product, and it makes it easier to control that price with those relationships in place. So this has a huge impact on how we collect singles as well, because now those singles can only be found from packs that are in those MSRP products, and there's only a certain amount that is on the shelves at a certain time. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty mind-blowing. Did not see this coming, and it's a complete departure from what we had learned in the past, and it changes the game for collecting sealed and even collecting singles. I hope you guys learned something from this. If you guys liked it, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like down below. Leave a comment if you have any feedback, if there's anything that I can do differently, anything that you would love to hear my input on, and subscribe if you really like this stuff. And see you guys on the next one. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.